Hey, cinephiles! Welcome to Lolo Loves Films. I am Lolo, and I'm sitting here today with my counterpart, Big J.
Hey, everybody.
And today, we are here to talk about the most anticipated superhero film of 2017. And by that, of course, I mean Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. This film is directed by David Soren, who is known for a little bit of an underrated kids movie gem called Turbo, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. And it is written by Nicholas Stoller, who you may know as the writer of Storks, which again, another underrated gem. He also wrote The Muppets and a little bit into the adult territory with Neighbors 2. This film stars the voice talents of Kevin Hart, Thomas Middleditch, Kristen Schaal, Nick Kroll, and Ed Helms, as well as a bunch of other people who have lesser parts like Jordan Peele and the guy who played Stanley in The Office. He's also in this as well. So, Big J, I'm going to throw it to you. Give us a synopsis of Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants is about two best friends named George and Harold who write comics. Their principal, Mr. Krupp, is kind of a jerk and he wants to separate them and ruin their friendship. So George uses a hypno ring he found in a cereal box to hypnotize his principal into thinking he is a superhero of their own invention, the amazing Captain Underpants. So, what do you think of this film?
Well, I have to say, first of all, we don't have kids of our own. We're in our 30s. It's kind of weird for two people in their 30s to go and watch a kids movie like this, but we saw the trailer. We thought it could go one of two ways. We were a little nervous about going into Captain Underpants because, after all, it's called Captain Underpants. You might expect a certain level of lowbrow humor. Luckily for us, I was completely blown away by how funny this film is. How about you?
I thought it was great. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The voice work was really good. I thought Kevin Hart and
Thomas Middleditch?
Yes, Thomas Middleditch did really well together. They had a good chemistry and they had a lot of energy, despite being adults voicing kids. Nick Kroll did a good job, too, as Professor Poopy Pants.
Professor Poopy Pants is the kind of humor you are working with in this movie. So if you are not into toilet humor, you probably need not apply. However, your kids are sure to enjoy this movie. If they are, I would say, 10 and under for sure. And maybe into the, 11, 12, 13 range if they grew up reading the source material. This is based on a book series, which I guess is very popular. Again, we wouldn't know, but still. The thing I loved about Captain Underpants is its use of many different animation styles. It is set as this 3D world most of the time, but when Harold and George go into their little scenes and vignettes where they are telling a story that's straight from the book, they go into these sock puppet animations or these pop-up comic book style animations, and it's just really fun and it's visually cool to look at.
Yeah, and the comedy, despite being toilet humor, also has kind of a self-aware level to it. It's also there's some stuff for adults there too. It's not all fart and poop jokes and piss jokes and everything like that. There's stuff for adults. There's a little wit to it, and it works well in context as well. So
it's very clever. I would totally agree with that. It's clever to the point where adults won't hate sitting in the theater and want to tear their hair out while they have to watch this. There is a level of self-aware, like you mentioned, to the point where the adults in the room are going to say, okay, this was worth my money too, in addition to my kids' money. My kids' money? No, in addition to the money I had to pay for my kids, this was also worth the money I had to pay for a ticket as well.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was a good movie. So really, do you have anything else to add?
I do. The one resounding theme of this film is friendship. I love how George and Harold have this unbreakable bond that they thrive and use through the magic of art and comics, and it has a lot to say about getting rid of the arts in school and the value placed on education in our society. And their friendship is just so fun and so cute, and I want to be best friends with them. So Captain Underpants gets a thumbs up from us. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
And I gave it a 7 out of 10. So yeah, definitely go see it.
Absolutely go see it. If you have young kids and they're into the book series, check out our expanded review on lololovesfilms.com and be sure to like and subscribe and follow us all over social media at Lolo Loves Films. Bye!